So growing up, I was a massive addict. I started doing it at the age of 12 and it completely distorted the view I had of myself and on the people around me. The girls that I once found attractive became more unattractive because of the websites and how they affected my mind. And I remember downloading TikTok for the first ever time, and that completely amplified all of my insecurities because I compare myself to guys who are much more attractive to me. And I remember one morning during my self-conscious era, I am getting ready to go to school, but I wake up with a massive pimple on my forehead. It's massive. And I was never conscious of my pimples, never really paid attention to them. So I start scratching it really bad because I thought it was going to come off, even though it didn't. It just made it 10 times worse. So I go to school with this massive pimple on my forehead, and I'm thinking that everyone's going to judge me and all this, but guess what happened? Nothing. No one said anything until I walk into the bathroom at lunchtime where I go to take a piss, and I've completely forgotten that this pimple is even on my forehead in the first place. But I look in the mirror and I remember it's there. So I start, thinking of all the judgments that people have given me during the day. And I go into lunchtime very, very anxious because I remember that it's on my head. But guess what happened? Nothing. No one ever mentioned it. It was all in my head. And I remember talking to a girl that I had like a mini crush on at the time. The OGs will know who this girl is, and she liked me a little bit. And I was talking to her about my red face and how it really gets to me, because my face used to go extremely red as well, and it still does. And I remember her telling me that she actually finds it extremely attractive, my face going red. And that, to me, was a complete lie. If I look back at it now, I actually see the truth in it. I genuinely think she was telling the truth. So from that day forward, I could not take a compliment. I couldn't do it. But make sure, Jack, anytime someone judges you, take that seriously. Don't take the compliments that you get seriously, but take the insecurities and the judgments you get seriously. I was at a point in my life where I had hundreds of insecurities that weren't even mine, that were just other people's leached onto me based off their own experience that made them insecure, who judged me. They weren't even mine. Which, if you think about it, is really fucked up. And by the way, for some reason, I'm extremely scared to record this video. I don't know, I just wake up in an anxious mindset today. Usually I'm not like this, so if this video isn't the best, I apologize. But when I get anxious, bro, it's very hard to get rid of it. But I'll try my best, all right? So as I grow older, I get more and more insecure, and I turn into what people call nowadays black pill. All the guys, because I used to be a massive basketball player, right? All the guys who were extremely tall, naturally handsome and naturally athletic, they didn't even need to try to be good at basketball or any sport. They were just naturally good at it. They were the most, attractive to people. And me, I was 5'9", I was a try-hard at basketball, and that wasn't really attractive to girls, right? Yeah, what's up, bro? Have you?
Can I have a photo with you?
100%. Oi, I'm recording the video right now.
Oh, it's okay.
Do you want to be in it? Do you want to or not?
No.
It's up to you. You don't want it? No, all good. No worries, brother. No worries. All good.
No way.
Well, that's always good to come across, isn't it? That's cool. As I was saying, I started to envy these guys a lot. I grew a lot of hatred within myself, right? And I grew into one of those Instagram reel, TikTok hate commenters who would express this hate onto other people, in the form of hate comments, because I was very, very envious within. And one thing that I grew into, it was a habit of mine, and it was very toxic to my mental health. And I don't know if anyone else can relate to this or not. It might just be me. But a mirror was my confidence. So any reflection, any car window, any window at school, I would always look in it. And if I looked good, I'd be confident. If I looked bad, I wouldn't be. I would either be a god or a worm, which is extremely volatile in terms of your personality. Car windows was the only thing I actually felt confident within, because you kind of look bigger in a car window. I know this sounds really fucked up. I don't know if it's just me, but any other window, unless I had extremely good lighting and angles, I would feel extremely insecure until I discovered more of the red pill type content. no fap, hitting the gym, cold showers, like all this little basic stuff. And I thought this was going to save me because back in the past, I just believed if you were 6'3", naturally good at sport, handsome, you would get girls, right? Now it's like, okay, if I actually start trying, I could be able to get girls. And this is not just about getting girls. In terms of attraction, this also means, getting better job opportunities, making new friends. It can mean everything. And I basically follow this journey for the next, I'd say, 4 years. I'm still on the red pill. I'm not actually red pill. The way I look at it is red pill is if you try, good things will come. Black pill to me is that good things will come if you're born for them to come. I'm not going to get into all of the sleeping around, red pill type shit, because that's not what I'm into. So 4 years later, this is my mindset. And I think I heard a quote the other day, and I think this explains it very well. If you're 6'3", naturally attractive, organically attractive, it's like life on easy mode. But if you're maybe a bit smaller, maybe you're not as genetically gifted, you're not as good at things as other people, you don't think you're attractive, not just physically, but in terms of personality and all this, life's on hard mode, but it doesn't make it impossible. That's the way I look at it. And what's life on easy mode? It feels so much more fulfilling if it's a little bit harder. Like I would say I'm on medium. I'm not too unattractive, I'm not too tall, I'm not too naturally gifted, but I do have some, natural traits about me that I can be grateful for. I'm on medium. I personally wouldn't want life to be on easy mode because I can't inspire people that way. But that's just me, right? I can't inspire people not as much if my life was on easy. I can inspire more people if I have been through the things that medium and hard people can go through. Another way to look at it is in terms of a business, right? Brands like Apple, Android, let's take phones, right? Brands like Apple are extremely popular and they apply to the majority of the population. And you can look at something like Apple as that, genetically gifted person who's extremely attractive and all this, right? Then you might have a more niche phone brand that you and I might not know of, but it fits a certain type of person's lifestyle. It's very niche, but you can find riches in the niches, if that makes sense. And your type of personality, your type of look, even, you might not appeal to the broad population, but you might appeal to someone more niche, a person with a very, very distinct personality. Some women, for example, might not be attracted to tall guys because in their life they've had a toxic tall guy, and now they think all tall guys are toxic. Attractive guys, they might be all toxic. I don't know if that's actually the truth or not, but I'm sure it is in some places of the world and with some people. The absolute best version of you is extremely attractive. The absolute best version of you. Now, I don't want this to be something you just want to hear and something you don't need to hear. The best version of you takes a lot of time. And I'm not going to stand up here and say that I am the best version of me at the moment. I'm not, right? I'm extremely nervous to record a video like this. The best version of me probably doesn't give a fuck. I could be more physically attractive and all of this. But the absolute best version of me and you are extremely attractive too. How's it going? Huh? Take me with you? I didn't really understand it, but anyways, it doesn't matter. The absolute best version of you is extremely attractive to a specific type of person, and if you're lucky enough, a broad amount of people. Okay, bro, best piece of advice for someone who's feeling a bit anxious about themselves?
Always be confident, be yourself, and yeah.
100%. You gonna be in it?
Yeah, sure.
100%.
Don't let people's thoughts change who you are and
100%.
change the person that you want to be.
Facts, bro. 100%.
Yeah.
Alright, good meeting you boys. Alright, bro. So, what's your best advice for someone who's feeling a bit anxious about themselves?
I'd say learn to sail in the high winds.
100%.
Don't fight the current. I learned that off one of my
Oh, that's good
favorite
as,
games.
bro. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's good as.
Yeah.
100%. Anything else?
Behind every rainy day, there's always the sun.
100%.
I got to learn that
Yeah,
because a
100%.
lot of my friends have like anxiety. So
Yeah.
along with that.
Nah, good as, bro. I know this video wasn't the best at all, but fuck it, I'm gonna post it anyway. Alright, hopefully it wasn't too bad.